I vividly recall the school day of 2002, that is December 2002, when I was wearing Yakshagana costumes and standing behind the stage. It feels excellent to be on the other side of the stage too. One more point here is, because I studied in SDM High School, it just took me 8 years to come from backstage to the front stage. I'm sure nothing has changed in terms of spirits of the students in the green room. I'm sure they'll be praying hard so that the dignitary speech to get over soon, so that they can perform in front of their eagerly waiting parents and their friends. So I will just take a couple of minutes. High school is a metamorphosis for all students, from kids to young adults. At the end of 10th standard, he or she might not be sure about their goal in their life, but the principles and perspectives will be formed. I was a very average student. I was regular in getting punishments. I was always there in the mischievous students list of the school. But as elders say, continuous beating on an iron rod turns it into a mighty sword to face the battle. The lessons I've learned from SDM High School have made me a difficult opponent in the battlefield. So when I say lessons, my teachers taught me about obedience, perseverance, respect to elders, never say die attitude, and so much more. So I would like to share 2 instances which I went through. So first one is, this was when I was studying in engineering college, NI Mysore. I was selected for the final interview of a multinational company. They had asked me to carry your marks cards and if any certificates which you feel you can show it to the company. So they had expected me only to get the certificates from engineering. What I had done was, by mistake, I had taken my 10th standard certificates, my PU certificates, my engineering certificates. So during the course of interview, I had a lot of questions about technology, job offer, and so on. But at the end of the interview, the person who was taking my interview asked me one question: are you from SDM? I told yes, and he just laughed and said, okay, thank you, you can go. Then while coming out, I just realized my school brand name had already spoken out for me. Right? You students are at the right place. It's just that you have to make use of this opportunity. And while speaking about the support you get from the teachers, I want to share one important incident here. Me and my friend wanted to participate in a quiz competition. That was a state level quiz competition. So while we were in school, we used to get the questions in the newspaper and we had to write it and then shortlist. So we used to get shortlisted, but we used to stay in the group of 500 and sit. Only 6 out of 600 students would come to the stage and play the game. Right? So what happened was, when we went to first PU, that is SDM PU college, we met one wonderful lecturer. I want to remember Mr. Late Abhay sir here. At that time, we didn't have internet facilities as you all have now. We were very confused whether to participate or not. And people started saying that it's very difficult for you people because you are in a rural place and people from various colleges will come. So we didn't know what to do. Abhay sir told one statement. Till date, I am applying the statement. He told, if people say that you cannot do, it clearly means that they themselves cannot do, or they have a fear that you might end up doing that. Right? So that statement was a very punching statement for us. We put all our efforts, and as a result, for the first time in the SDM history, 2 people from SDM were runners-up in the state level TCS IT quiz competition. Thank you. And last year, I met a IT director of NASCOM. He asked me a question. It was a gathering of all software IT companies. And I had done a small dance performance in that. At the end of the function, he called me and told me that, are you the same Ashish Shetty whom I have seen in TCS IT quiz that happened in Bangalore in 2004? Right? He remembered, before saying Ashish Shetty, he told me, are you from SDM Pujari? Right? The name is already established. You are lucky to come here and study. You have to thank your parents and make use of the opportunity. The important habit that you have to develop here is creativity. Creativity comes from self-belief, right? Just imagine when you are a kid, I used to put a blanket over me and I become a Superman. I take mom's broom and ride on it and I become a Harry Potter. Or sometimes I tried climbing up a tree without knowing that I might fell. But once I reached the top, I simply made it. I was very creative and I had very strong belief in myself. But as time passes from kid to young adults, the things seems to be a little different. If you are not able to score 100 out of 100 in maths in continuous exams, you start feeling like, okay, I think I cannot make it. If you are given a chance to perform in front of hundreds of people, you say that, I think it's not the right time. And in your higher studies, like I did, when I went to engineering college, I had an idea, I wanted to start a business, a company of my own, but I thought it's not as easy as I see. Once I enter business, I hear people saying, do not take risk, do not take risk. So once what happened was, last year, I had an idea that could create a major improvement in my project. But what I did was, I thought, maybe I'm not sure about my idea. After the year, one more person from my team had the same idea. And he became the best employee of the year. What was the difference between me and him? His actions. He put his idea into reality. So his actions won him this recognition. So later, I thought, okay, it's never late, I have to do it. So I had one more idea, and soon after I got the idea, I didn't think about anything else. I just put it. After a year, as a result, I got a patent in my name from United States of America. That the point what I'm trying to make here is, as you grow up, creativity will be there. The only problem is the doubts you get. You get a lot of doubts, if I can do or not, if I can do or not. So these doubts kill your creativity. So you just need to make sure that your creativity is still alive and you believe in yourself. So this is the right age. Make a habit of clearing your doubts to your teachers. I'm very happy that I'm speaking in front of my lovely teachers. I can see Divya ma'am, I can see Reshma ma'am, I can see Satyavati ma'am, I can see Manmohan sir here. I have learned a lot of lessons. Today I'm here, it's because of them. Because I had all my doubts cleared, and that gave me a chance, that gave me a space in my mind for the creativity. So, I'm sure you would take the statement seriously and clear your doubts with your teachers, and you can surely reach heights in your life. By saying that, I wish you all the best for your studies. Also, I like to thank my teachers and the management for giving me such an opportunity. And not to forget, I want to thank my parents for giving me a chance to study in an institution like SDM. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Akshay, for sharing your school experience. It was heart-touching, in fact.